My name's Gareth WEARNE. I'm here representing the Home Guard. I had 3 great uncles that were in the Home Guard near Penzance, which is where I'm from. I started researching their histories, really got into the living history side of it, and I do the displays now in their memory.
What do we have here?
Here we have a selection from when the Home Guard started. Over this side they would have armed themselves. A lot of the Home Guard were veterans of the First World War, so they knew how to make trench raiding clubs. So they defended themselves on night duties with this, just a piece of lead on a stick, and put hobnails or nails in the end of it to defend yourself. Bill hooks, anything they could lay their hands on. Kukris were issued in the First World War to the British Army, and they were given to the Home Guard. They also made these spikes here, crow's feet, and they were thrown into the road. If they were on a checkpoint and a car didn't stop, it would puncture them. It's almost like the modern police equivalent, a medieval thing. These are jam tin bombs made out of ordinary jam tins. Clean them out, put a stick of powder inside with an ordinary fuse, a Bickford safety fuse, and then pack the outside of it with nuts, bolts, washers and gravel as an improvised hand grenade. It was made in Gallipoli in the First World War, and the British and the Australians ran out of grenades, and the Home Guard made them. They also made pipe bombs, which is an ordinary piece of water pipe full of explosives and a fuse on that. And then as time went on, they improvised. They made their own sticky bombs with a greasy sock with a fuse in it and a piece of explosive inside of that, and throw it at the tank and hope it sticks. This here
is clever.
This is a
rat trap, isn't it?
It's a rat trap.
Rat trap.
And what you do is set it as you would any rat trap, as such. But you put a tripwire on the trigger. It trips it. That comes over, hits a 12-bore cartridge with no shot.
Sends the Bickford off.
Instant display. Instant detonation, I should say.
Incredible. And these are sticky bombs.
These are sticky bombs.
Could you pick one up for us to see, please?
This is a sticky bomb. You hold the handle.
Tell us how that works, please.
Inside here is a fuse and a detonator. That's your safety handle. You hold that and pull the pin. Now inside here is a glass ball, almost like a big light bulb, full of high explosives. On the outside of that would have been glue, and you were supposed to run up or try and throw it at a tank, smash the glass, and it sticks and detonates. But there were instances where men got them stuck to their trousers, which is a bit panicky with a short fuse.
What do we have here?
These are anti-personnel mines. They're cardboard tubes, and all they are basically is a blast mine. You step on that and it detonates and it blows your foot up. There's no shrapnel or anything.
No fragmentation.
No fragmentation, just blast. Then you have this.
Is a well-known one, isn't it?
This is a Hawkins Mine, made out of a talcum powder tin, and there would have been detonators under here. A tank or lorry would have gone over that, crushed it, and off it goes. Simple as that.
Well, I've not seen this one here in '82.
This is a Gammon Bomb.
What is it called?
Because it looks like a ham.
Yes,
yeah.
Got it.
Now inside here is an always fuse. You unscrew that, and whichever way you throw it, whichever way it lands, it will detonate. The same as this one and that one. Yeah. And inside is an elasticated stocking bag. And whatever you got handy, explosives, detonators, just pack them in there, gravel, and you've got a hand grenade or any sort of demolition device. And you could carry these in your pockets 4 or 5 at a time with just that piece.
Right, and here we've got... what we've got here?
These are all different types of booby trap detonators. The Home Guard, as they went on in time, from fabricating their own stuff like the shotgun cartridges and stuff, as time went on, Churchill said the commandos at that time weren't doing anything, give it all to the Home Guard. So they ended up with the best explosives, the Thompson machine guns, and the commandos weren't very happy about it. And these are all detonators. That's a pressure detonator you put under a railway line, so the rail would be up here, and as the train went over it, it pushes down on that and triggers it. These are tripwire detonators. You pull a little pin out, you have had the fuse coming out, like a fuse coming out at the end there. Off it goes. That's another one. That's a pressure switch. You could hide that under a table leg or anything that has direct pressure. Could put it in a gravel path. The fuse comes out here. As soon as you break the little glass file in here, off it goes, detonates. As simple as that.
What do we have here?
These are SIP grenades, or self-igniting phosphorus. Now, the ones in the red were for firing in a mortar like the homemade one. The green ones were throwing by hand. And they had a mixture of phosphorus, oil and water in there. And as it was fired, it would break on contact and ignite. So it was ideal for, well, setting fire to anything soft top, like lorries or stuff like that.
These are the ones that caused havoc here in Plymouth.
Exactly.
A few years ago by Derriford Hospital.
That's exactly the same stuff. That's exactly the same stuff. And then over there on the left, you've got anti-tank. They're just blast bombs full of high explosives. And if you threw that out of the tank, there's no way you would have got away from the blast. You would have had to be behind a hedge or a wall or something. But that's exactly the same with the Mills bomb. You couldn't throw them far enough to get away from it.
Tell me now, what do we have? Where is it? Here. What are these here? Can you have a look, please?
These are Molotov Cocktails. And basically they're a mixture of anything like petrol, tar, paraffin, oil, anything to make it sticky. Put a bit of petrol on that, light it and throw it. And what these were designed for is for mainly street fighting, where you could get upstairs in an attic or a bedroom and drop it on top of tank engines and set fire to them. That's what they were designed for.
Now over here you've got everyone who's watched Dad's Army with the word "they don't like it" up 'em.
Yes, exactly.
So tell us.
Well, when the Home Guard started first, a lot of people didn't have any weapons, so they armed themselves. And at that time, Britain was a farming nation as such. Everybody could get hold of a pitchfork or something like that. So they had pitchforks and evils. And then the ministry said, try and arm yourself with something a bit better and look more professional. Put a carving knife on a broom hilt. Unlike pike, don't leave the brush on the other end of it. This is a Croft Pike. There was a member of Parliament called Lord Croft, and he designed this. And it was a piece of gas pipe with an old bayonet welded on the end, and that really insulted the Home Guard. So they started looking through museums and old collections and stuff like that to see what they could find. And some of them ended up with rifles like this, which is a Martini Henry from the Zulu War.
It is indeed.
And they could get some ammunition, and they had all sorts of accidents because different ammunition was being tried in different guns. So they said, don't do that. Then the government realised that a lot of people, because they worked on the land, could get hold of shotguns.
Yes.
So the government told them how to doctor shotgun cartridges so that rather than just the shot coming out, it came out as a slug and it would kill a paratrooper. And this one was actually my great uncle's that was in Gulville Home Guard. After this, they were issued with a P14 rifle, which was a First World War rifle, and put in reserve supplies at the end of the First World War. They were issued with these, and then slightly after that, they were issued with a Lee Enfield on the bottom.
Thank you very, very much for your time.
Thank you.